LMP1 family, welcome to another episode of Chatting with Steph. Today I have Ashley here with me, and we are going to discuss her education, career, and experience regarding mental health. So, first question I have for you and for the viewers. You have a degree in counseling psychology. Can you briefly explain to those watching, and even me, what that degree entails?
So I got my degree from University. So their program, it goes into the foundations of counseling. So we learn the basic human development, professional and ethics, career counseling, counseling theories. They were really big towards like the end of my degree on us actually applying the counseling theory. So we have a coursework to do afterwards. And then the track that I did, so Chaminade University have different tracks. So the track that I did was called mental health counseling. So you have the umbrella of counseling, then you have the different emphasis. So I did mental health counseling. So I did a little extra with assessments and diagnoses in mental illness.
Okay. So what was the motivation behind getting your degree, or what made you pursue the degree that you did?
I'm a people person. So I love engaging with others. I love interacting with others. I love actually helping people feel seen, feel heard. It's kind of twofold. So I know when I got out of the military, I wanted to do something with people. So I got my undergrad in psychology, but I knew I wanted to do counseling once I finished my undergrad. So the counseling came after I got more in the field of psychology. And then just growing up, I think I knew I wanted to do something with people and being more of a feeler, I should say. Mm-hmm. Feelings wasn't discussed as something normal at home. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, I can say, oh, I'm sad or I feel angry. It was something that I just went on and kept on pushing. So it's kind of twofold when I say it's twofold. It's from growing up and then just my exposure now, and I know I find fulfillment in helping people. So that's my motivation.
I like that. So how has your experience been to date working in this field?
It's been good. I think like with any type of career that you're trying to get in, I feel like you have your ups and downs with it. But my two most recent jobs, I've been actually using my degree. Mm-hmm. So I think the rewarding part is actually just hearing people's stories, seeing how brave people are when they come in to seek help or get assistance with something, because it takes courage. Mm-hmm. So the stories that I hear and being able to help other people through their seasons of life, I call it seasons. So through their seasons of transition, whatever they're going through, that's what I enjoy.
So being in the field and working with people that are more than likely experiencing some type of problem with mental illness, whether they have been diagnosed, whether they know it or not, whatever might be going on or triggering her, we know it's affecting their mental health. Yeah. That being said, what effect has it had on your mental health, if any, being in this field? And I'm sure you get people from all kind of backgrounds, all kind of stories, all kind of,
In school, they emphasize self-care. Mm-hmm. So I think I know how to do like the mental check-in with myself. But I think just working in the field generally, it's an eye-opener, because you see people in their different walks. And of course, us as either clinicians or counselors, we're educating people on how to self-improve or what to utilize as far as relaxation techniques or what have you. So I think knowing that I'm doing self-care, and they teach us that at school as well, but then not only just educating people on what to use, I also use it. So for example, mindfulness. focusing on the here and now. I know if life just gets the best of me, or if I'm going, I'll pull out my phone and do a mindfulness exercise really fast. And that's what helps me. So I think being in this field, it has impacted my mental health for the better, because I know what to implement when there's too much going on for me. Does that answer the question?
It does.
Okay.
So this wasn't a planned question. It was kind of like a follow-on question.
Okay.
Do you ever find yourself in a situation, or let's say with a person that you kind of like see yourself or see your story?
Oh yeah, that happened today.
So not only that, like in situations too, do you find, let's say, today you have a client and you're giving them, whatever advice or counseling with that situation, do you ever find like then you're up against that situation and now it's like, okay, I gotta kind of tell me what I was.
Yeah. So it's like almost preaching to myself almost, yeah. So, how should I word this? I haven't had nothing like hit me to the core yet. I've heard people's experiences. I'm able to relate to people's stories that I hear. If it's like family issues, if it's career issues, financial issues, so I'm able to relate and empathize with them. Today I almost had something hit me to the core because the lady was talking about her mom, so it was just like, oh, we have similar stories. So I think in the setting that I'm working now and hearing people's stories, I don't have to give so much feedback because it's in a group setting. So the group members actually give feedback, and actually just hearing the group members give feedback was really interesting because you see the similarities in everybody's stories. Like we all have similar stories, and the theme across everybody's stories is either some type of pain, some type of struggle, some type of hurt. So it's just interesting to see each people's perspective on it. I don't feel like I answered your question though.
No, I don't think it's a right way to answer. I think it just was kind of something I thought about. Like with anything, like,
do I feel like, so I guess more so to continue on with it, because you were saying, do I feel like I have to tell them something I told myself? So I think in a sense sometimes I may, but I haven't had to do it where it was something where I went through and it was just like, oh man, I know what you're going through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give someone who's interested in the same field?
Go for it, do it. No, but seriously, if you find fulfillment, because I know when I'm talking with somebody, I know when somebody is like being vulnerable and being authentic, it takes a brave person to do that. So sitting with people, I find fulfillment in that. If it's just listening to them, if it's educating them or what have you, I find fulfillment in that. So if somebody else want to get into the field, I encourage it. It's, I don't want to say an easy process, but it takes some hard work, some dedication, because you get a lot of late nights.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Especially if you want to go all the way as far as like getting licensed, and just to keep your end goal in mind of what you want to do with the degree, because there's so many avenues that you can go with psychology. You don't have to just do counseling. Like I have a friend now, he's working with kids in the school system, so it's not so much counseling, so there's so much you can do with this degree. So go forward and know what you want to do with the degree as well.
Kind of find your niche in the field of what you want to do.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like it takes people to be brave and have the courage to sit in front of someone and pour out. I think it takes the same to be that person.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Receiving it, and I think it's a field that I don't know if they'll ever have enough people for it. You know? It's I know even when I most recently had started going back to therapy, they had a shortage. Yeah. And then when my therapist left, it was, well, we may have a couple months before we can get you back going.
Yeah. So what advice I would give someone, so someone suffering from any type of mental illness, which you typically don't know right off the bat, unless you go get formally diagnosed, but someone that's not feeling quite right or suffering in some type of mood-wise, to reach out for help. it's hard sometimes to ask for help because we have that shame component, we have that pride component. So I would definitely suggest or recommend to reach out to someone that's supportive, that you know, someone that's trustworthy, because you can't just reach out to any and everybody, right? So someone that you know will give you support regardless, and they won't have any type of judgmental opinion about you. And if situation calls, they know where to direct you to if they needed to direct you to anywhere urgent.
And what about for like friends or family of someone that maybe they know they have, you know, a mental illness, or
Yeah.
maybe they just kind of see change in mood or
So
or
for like
concern?
friends and family, I think for friends and family, if they notice it, I think the most that we can be from the outside perspective is be there for that person, be as supportive as we can. But if the person comes to us and they say, hey, I'm not feeling quite right, or something is going on, just be supportive. I know oftentimes we listen to respond. We don't listen just to listen to somebody. We listen to have a response to something. So being there and be that listening ear for the person, and be non-judgmental, and don't expect you have the answer for that person, because oftentimes we see that people be like, oh, just go outside and you'll feel better, or go do this and you'll feel better, because we're all wired differently. Like, God didn't make us the same, because if He made us the same, we'd be quite boring, right?
Definitely.
So I think just being supportive of that person that reaches out to you, and just be non-judgmental.
I think it's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And I think you, in experience in life, you find,
Mm-hmm.
you know, who those people are.
Yeah.
That no matter what, you know, there's that unconditional love there, and just
Yeah.
support through that. So, is there anything else regarding mental health, regarding your career, education, anything you want to share, tell viewers?
I like the last question about reaching out for help. So like if anyone is struggling to talk to someone, I love your transparency. You remember the saying, there's ministry in your
Yeah, yeah.
transparency. So every time I think of you, I think of that saying. And thank you for normalizing it, because I know it takes courage, it's bravery, but often people feel like, oh, I'm going through this and I can't really talk about it because it's not normal. But for you and your platform, you're making it, you're normalizing it. Like, it's okay to reach out for help. It's okay to say, hey, I got this going on, but I'm still going to live my life.
Right.
So thank you for normalizing it.
Well, I thank you for being a big support. It's people like you that, you know, help to normalize it,
Yeah.
and talk about it. So I appreciate you for being a part of this. I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate you for listening. Stay tuned, because there are some more episodes coming on Chatting with Steph.